We're going to bring someone on that 2 years ago wasn't in real estate. Using one strategy that he's going to roll out to you right here, right now. Year one, $35.5 million sold right here in Dallas. Year two, which is this year, tracking to $137 million on the back of one strategy that he has perfected, studied, gone as deep as anybody in the industry, and that's coming right now. It's video.
Video is so important. We hear it. We've just drilled it into our agents' business and our business, but it is the key to Levi's business, and we have witnessed it. I met him in Key West. You met him in Key West. He was selling insurance at the time. Decided to pivot, jump into real estate, follow the roadmap that a lot of great leaders, like Michael Reese and Jay, yourself, Jay Kinder, all of us have always tried to inspire our agents to do. And he is going to give you the roadmap, how he is educating buyers, sellers, and also agents, which is naturally a tool for agent attraction, but given his team the roadmap to generate buyers and sellers all through video and YouTube. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to Levi. I don't want to mess up his
Levi
last name.
Lascsak from the great state of Texas. Let's go!
All right, thank you. So who likes the idea of passive income? Say aye. All right, so today we're going to talk about passive prospecting. And first of all, I want to give a shout out, thank you to my partner, Travis Plum, and of course our team. I just collected the clients, they've converted them, so thank you so much. You're amazing. So here's the deal. You know, what's funny is all these speakers out here have amazing results, right? They've got a ton of production, thousands of transactions, billions of dollars. Well, here's our numbers. Zero, all right? So I sold 0 homes in 2020. And we released the first YouTube video on December 5th of 2020. And in Q1 of 2021, we sold 0 homes. Now, it took about 90 days to get the first deal under contract. But when April came around, then we closed the first 2 transactions from YouTube. Now, this is what's happened over the next 15 months, is we generated 1,696 leads, 217 transactions at a 13% conversion rate. We've done over 121 million in volume and over 3.6 million in commissions, all organic with 0 ad spend. Thank you. So imagine that. So here's the deal. My friend Michael Reese, anybody know Michael? Say aye. Yeah, so he's been trying to get me into real estate for 20 years. I actually sold gym memberships with Michael Reese at Bally Total Fitness. And I remember the weekend he met Jay Kinder at the lake and came back to Bally and said, I'm getting into real estate. I was like, okay, let me know how that works out. Now, of course, I always believed in Michael, but it was something that I just never aspired to be, was a real estate agent, respectfully. Because here's a major problem, right? 87% of agents fail within the first 2 years of the business. But I saw how hard he worked in the first, he worked hard his whole career, but it really takes a lot in those first couple of years to get your business off the ground. And so I asked myself, why do agents fail? It's because the average agent starts with less than $5,000 to their name. And even according to NAR on their website, they say if an agent has 2 years or less experience, on average, they make $8,800 a year. I don't know about you, but I can't live off of $8,800 a year, which also explains why they get out of the business. But this is it can be a rejection-based business, and no matter how many no's it takes you to get to a yes, nobody likes to get rejected. But ultimately, it comes down to people are just not necessarily effective at lead generation. So as I was looking at where are the eyeballs, as I was deciding to make the transition into real estate, I wanted to understand, where's everybody looking? Well, if I search Plano, Texas, a suburb of Dallas, on Google, it tells me it gets 90,500 searches per month. But whenever I look at that same search result on YouTube, it gets 834,000 searches per month. That is 10 times the search volume than it is on Google. So that tells me that people really want to see these suburbs and these neighborhoods and these areas. So that's what allowed me to discover the passive prospecting principles. So the first one is interruption versus intention-based marketing. Think about this. We've all been exposed to, and we've all conducted probably interruption marketing our whole life. That's TV commercials, billboards, magazines ad, cold calling, door knocking. Those are interrupting people every single day. The last time I checked, nobody said, I can't wait to watch Seinfeld because of the TV commercials, right? You fast forward through them, you get something to eat, you probably check your phone. Now, you can see a dog food commercial 10 times a day. It doesn't mean you're going to run out and buy dog food. But the second you pour out the last bowl of dog food, you say, well, I don't want Fluffy to die, so I'm going to go buy dog food. Now, instead of being interrupted with commercials, you have full intention. You will likely go on Amazon, search it, buy it within about 2 minutes, and it's going to be on your doorstep. Or you go directly to the store, to the dog food aisle, and buy that. You do not need any marketing or advertising whatsoever whenever you have intention to buy something. So think about if you could be in that position when it comes to real estate, when people are actually intentionally looking to buy or sell a home. And look at the back-end analytics of our channel. 55% of our traffic comes from TV, computer, and tablet. Those are research devices, which tells us people are looking for this information. 30% of our traffic comes from TV, which means people are sitting on their couch, probably with their spouse, even with the kids, watching our videos. Think about how powerful that is. Now, they say the average or the attention span is dead these days, right? That's why everybody has to be a dancing real estate agent on TikTok. But that's not the case. Look at TV. Look at our average view duration, 9 minutes and 39 seconds. Look at computer, 5 minutes and 52 seconds. Tablet, 6 minutes and 23 seconds. So when you know somebody's intention, you will have their attention. And so the most important concept, this is the whole reason agents tell me that they don't get started on YouTube, is because it takes them too much time. YouTube does not take you time, it makes you time. Look at this. This one video took us 30 minutes to film. Literally, we did it in one take, but it's been watched 9,400 hours. So that's a profit of 9,399.5 hours. What's a better return on your time? So, but not only YouTube doesn't just make you time, it compounds your time. Our channel was watched 1,514 hours in one day. You divide that by 24 hours in a day, that's equivalent to 63 days. Our channel last month was watched 11,800 hours in 1 month. That's equivalent to 1.34 years. And over the last 18 months, our channel has been watched 130,400 hours. You divide that by 24 hours in a day, that's equivalent to 14.88 years. That's why we're doing the amount of business, because YouTube is constantly prospecting for us, not just 24/7, but in multiples of time. And so that's the return. So ultimately what it comes down to is active prospecting. It's hard. I mean, let's be honest. It's why all sales training exists. It's why we're here today. Dan said it earlier. If you don't go home and implement, what do you come here to these conferences to learn sales skills, how to develop rapport, establish credibility, build relationships. All of that is because most of the time we're interrupting people as well. And so we have to do those things to overcome objections and concerns and get them to know, like, and trust us. And so that does come with a lot of rejection. But the one thing is I've been in sales for 20 years. I love it, but I hated prospecting because I spent 90% of my time doing it for 10% of the time to actually talk to the people and do something that I wanted to do, which was to help them with my product or service. So when you look at passive prospecting, it's easy. There's really zero rejection. I mean, nobody has ever called us and said, hey, Levi, I really hate your videos, therefore I'm not going to do business with you. Now, we have gotten some interesting comments on the channel, but that's another story. But the thing with videos, clients walk themselves through the entire sales process. They click on the video on their own after they've searched for it. Then they watch the video on their own. Then they probably watch another video on it. And then YouTube gives them more of our videos. And so they get caught up in the cycle. The video builds the relationship for us. So whenever the clients reach out to us, they've already made the decision that they want to work with us. Think about how powerful that is. And the calls are inbound. We've made 0 outbound calls. We haven't cold called, door knocked. We didn't even spend any money on postcards. All of this was inbound calls. And we see this in the emails, text, everything that we get every single day. These are cold emails to us. Okay, we didn't reach out to these people. We don't know who they are. But look at the amount of information that they provide on the first time they've ever reached out to us. And look what they say. Key phrases like, we would like to check with you if you'd be able to help us find a home. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for your time. I look forward to hearing from you. If you have some time to talk about this, feel free to give me a call. Wouldn't you love clients reaching out to you on an everyday basis, just asking you to work with them? Say aye, right? That'd be amazing. So this is how we develop the passive prospecting process. It really consists of 4 things. But if you look at the channel build out, if you haven't seen our channel, this is what it looks like. But there's very key things to this. There's no question when a client comes to our channel what it's about. I mean, first of all, we didn't name it Levi and Travis's home selling team because guess what? Nobody's searching that on YouTube in the first place. We had 0 presence. We had no brand. Nobody knew who we were, so why name the channel after us? So we named it the top search term in Dallas. We branded around Dallas. It doesn't say, Levi and Travis real estate agents call to buy, sell, or invest. It says subscribe so you can learn about living in Dallas, Texas. What are people doing when they're researching? They're trying to learn. And then we paint the picture. Look on the left side. We get a lot of clients from California, Illinois, New York. So they immediately have a connection when they see that visual because the Californians are like, okay, that's me on the box truck, making the move. So they make that instant connection. Then on the right side, if you have any of your social media linked on your YouTube channel, probably not a good idea. Why distract them from your channel? You worked so hard to get them there in the first place. Don't send them to a short form platform where they're going to end up watching cat videos instead. So the only reason we want them to leave our channel is if it's to book a call with us, plain and simple. So that's the only links that we provide on there. But there's 4 main content creation strategies that are really simple to do, and these work pretty much in any market. That is a vlog tour. Anybody can look on Zillow every single day, but they can't see the house next door. They can't see the house across the street. They can't see the playground down the street. So we actually take them in the neighborhoods and show them around. Map tours, you'd be surprised. I did this as an experiment once, and it was just get on a screen share and walk people around on a Google map. Those are some of our most popular videos because it's people getting your perspective on the area instead of them just looking at a Google map. Pros and cons may sound cheesy, but those videos get a ton of views. And then, of course, any type of list video, top 5 neighborhoods, top 5 suburbs, anything like that is going to help paint the picture for them. So then you get into search engine optimization. This matters on YouTube. And here's the thing. You can flip-flop thumbnails every other day with specific software. We don't guess on this stuff. We let the data and the analytics tell us what's working. And so just by changing a couple of things on each thumbnail, we know which one gets more clicks. YouTube loves a click-through rate of anywhere from 2 to 10%. So if you've ever wondered why your video didn't get any views, it may not be the video, it could be the thumbnail and you didn't get the clicks in the first place. I mean, look at the differences on these tests. 20%, 387%, 648% more clicks based on one thumbnail over the other. That is a big deal. Look at that last one. One thumbnail got less than 1% click-through rates. If we would have left that thumbnail just based on our guess, then YouTube probably would have never promoted that video. But because we changed it out and flip-flopped it, we understood which one got mostly a 6% click-through rate, and so therefore YouTube's going to promote it a lot more. And then you get into lead conversion. The thing with lead conversion is that if you have to do something more than twice in your business, then you should have a system, process, or a trigger or a campaign for it. So you should never write a second email to your lender to refer somebody out. That should be a one-time email written and built into a campaign. So all you do is move people through or drag them in the next stage in the pipeline, and then they will, that automatic email will go out to the lender, to the transaction coordinator, to the client, to the agent, everybody at one time. And so it handles that. And so this has led to us to be able to also age and attract very effectively because we can help other people do this as well. And so our revenue share in the first 18 months of the business has been in the 5 figures in the last 5 months in a row. And that can change your business as well. So let me share with you a quick story for those that have doubt. And the thing is that I grew up a couple hours south of here, all right? And it's called Stephenville, Texas. And if you're not milking cows or riding bulls, there's really not much else to do there. But my parents didn't go to college. My 2 older brothers didn't go to college. And I thought that's the way it was going to be for me until I worked a year after high school mopping floors and stocking shelves. And then I was like, I got to get out of here. So what do most country boys to get out? They joined the military, right? And this was 1999. That's right. I'm 42 years old. And so I thought, 1999, the last Gulf War ended in 8 days, and I thought really the world was at peace, nothing would happen. I could go in, get some money from college, and be good and get out. But then 2 years later, September 11th happened, found myself deployed in Iraq. I was infantry, a sergeant, ran gun trucks, combat patrols, quick reaction force in the middle of Baghdad in 2005. Not the best time to, thank you. Thank you. So I got out. I got out, I got into CrossFit. I've always been, mostly in shape. I played high school football, military kept me in shape, but then the thing was I came home with a digestive disease, and it messed with me for about 8 years until 2013 came, and I ended up losing 50 pounds in a single month, and I became bedridden and disabled, and this nearly killed me. And I saw 4 different GI doctors over the course of several months. None of them could get me better. They threw the kitchen sink at me with medications, IV antibiotics, hospital stays. I mean, they were literally going to remove organs from me because they said that would cure me. But it was by God's grace that I found a natural doctor, and the natural doctor was like, let's change your diet and put you on some vitamins. And I don't know about you, but that's 10 years ago. I think I look better. I'm about to turn 43 versus 33 years old, so not too bad. So the reason I say that is because this slide did not it did. It's not showing correctly. But the main thing is that this comes down to decisions that we have to make. Either decisions are going to move us forward out of our situation, or the indecision is going to keep us hunkered down. And basically, it's taken me 22 years to become an overnight success, but I've been able to apply all of the principles that I learned over the last 20 years and just apply them to real estate and look at this as a business versus just being a single agent. And that was the thing. When I got better, I started my financial services business in 2014. It took me a full year to recover naturally. And so what happens whenever I started the financial services business, I got contracts with Dallas ISD. I worked with all the teachers on their retirement planning. Every single year got better than the last year. 2019 was my best financial year ever. I spoke at that Key West mastermind with a lot of great players there. Never was even considering real estate. But in 2020, the pandemic shut down all the schools and my business shut down. So I was there at 41 years old asking myself, how do I start over without starting over? I mean, how am I really going to transition? What do I do in the middle of a pandemic and pivot? And here comes Michael Reese, still trying to recruit me after 20 years. Some of you give up on people after a month, and here Michael's recruited me after 20 years. And so I finally decided, well, I'm going to make the move into real estate. This is going to be the time, but how do I attract business? I knew I did not want to cold call and door knock and try to turn myself into a brand through postcards and mailers. Nothing wrong with that at all whatsoever. I just thought differently. I thought, how could I attract business? I knew that would be through social media. I just wasn't sure which platform. I just didn't sit well with me whenever I looked into Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. They didn't really fit my personality. But whenever I looked at YouTube and I learned it was a search engine versus a social platform, then I started to understand a plan that I felt like I could implement and went all in on that one strategy, and we've never looked back since then. So what it comes down to is you're going to have to choose your hard. It's hard working out, but to me it's a lot harder being sick. It's hard owning a business, but to me it's a lot harder having a job. And it's hard making videos, but to me it's a lot harder making calls. So you're going to have to choose your hard, but you don't have to convince me to make videos, because last year we generated $1.3 million in our first year in real estate off of 160 videos. That's all we did. That's like getting paid $8,100 a video. Would anybody like to get paid $8,100 a video? Say aye. Yeah, but it gets better. In the first half of this year, we've made $2.6 million off of 56 videos. So that's like making almost $47,000 a video. So if I paid you that, would you make a video? Say aye. You'd probably ask, how many videos can I make, right? So you don't have to convince me to make videos because I know the return now. But I'm going to ask you this. What do you believe? Because I believe if you're not where you want to be, it's just because you haven't learned something yet. But I also believe when you find that one thing, you can hyper-learn any subject in 60 days. Jay Shetty says if you read 5 books on one subject, you'll be more proficient than 99.9% of the population. And if you want to be proficient on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, or if you want to be the best postcard marketer on the planet, there's books out there, there's videos, there's blogs. I mean, if you study it for the next 60 days, I promise you, you could be better than 99% of the agents out there right now if you just hyper learn that subject. And I also believe if you take massive action focused on that one thing, it will completely change your business. And so I do believe you are only one decision away from changing your life. And you know why I believe that? And I'll tell you why. Because if you're in the back, in the general session, way back there, I want you to stand up, and I'm speaking directly to you. Go ahead, stand up. If you got a general session ticket, stand up. I want to see you. Where's Jay Kinder? Where's Jay Kinder? Stand up. Is he here? Jay? Okay. I'm sure Jay's here in spirit. So Jay Kinder knows, and he will confirm this. I want everybody to ask Jay Kinder if this is true. And Brent, remember whenever I said I had something for you that came full circle? The thing is that you have to take massive action. Just like Dan said earlier, no matter what it is, you have to do it. And so I was here at Build last year, and I posted this, August of 2021, whenever I sat back there in the general admission, and I sent this to Jay Kinder, and I said, nosebleeds this year, on stage next year, and I want you to tag us if you're going to be on this stage next year. Thank you.